Welcome aboard the National Football Show. It's your boy, Big Sills. How are you doing? And by the way, when I was doing the middle earlier today, Maniac, I saw you, dude. I see all your crappy comments, all your teasing comments. I see all you guys over there. Sileo, what are you packing it in? Dude, there's no days off. There's no days off. Hit the like button. Hit it, Maniac. Holy cow, man. Silio's, who we trading today? Let me guess. We're trading Howie Roseman. Probably some of you would like that. All right, man. By the way, as promised, Big Sills, the 2022 NFL first-round mock draft will be at 4:30. Have them situated. Have them put out. I have everything. Wait a minute. Xander says that earlier on the show that my Matt Ryan take was horrible. No, it's not. You see, Xander falls in love with dudes that are in Philadelphia sports. I like this guy. I like him. Hey, you're never going to do that in Philly. No. He's so protective of his players that are on his teams. So I go like this. All right. Would you look at Matt Ryan? You could defer money out, new CBA. Would Matt Ryan be a guy that the Eagles could target? And you make the Falcons pick up 50% of that contract. And you go get him for a second rounder. 36 years old, he says. No good. Oh, I see. So you think Jalen Hurts is better than Matt Ryan? Way to go, Maniac. Thank you. What up, Faselli? That's right. So wait a minute. You think, hey, do me a favor, somebody. Will somebody put up Matt Ryan's passing numbers? And I want to make a point to you here. 0 Super Bowls. And he's a bum. Hang on. He's not a bum. You thought Stafford was a bum. I guarantee you, Xander and 75 to 80% of you guys thought Matt Stafford was a bum. 0-3 in the postseason. Didn't have shit. Wasn't a very good player. Put up a lot of stats, and he was a bum. All of a sudden, now Matt Stafford, he's the toast of the town, and he's the flavor of the month. Oh, my God, this guy's a Hall of Famer. Hey, wait a minute. He's 85 and 96. Screw that. He's a Hall of Fame guy. Oh. Hang on, Chris. Relax. No, well, because you guys, I didn't get it. See, I changed the show up because you know this. This show's the only show that I talk to you guys. I'm not doing that on any other show. This show has its own identity. By the way, real quick, Barrett got his fender done. He put that bumper on. So I even have a picture to prove it, too. So I'm all good with that, man. He must have spent all morning long and afternoon getting that bumper on. That's a big deal for him, man. Okay? 67%, 39-68. Wait. Matt Ryan? Hey, here it is. There we go. The bumper's officially on. Way to go, Barrett. He did that himself, too, by the way. He did that by himself. That's all. So wait a minute, Maniac. Matt Ryan was 67% completion percentage. 67? 4,000 passing yards? 90.4 quarterback rating? And Xander calls that guy a bum. That's a bum. Then what do you have in Philly? Holy cow, Matt. Oh, he called me a bum. My bad. I better be careful and shut the bitch off on me again. How you doing, Weenie? You're a man of... Hey, Steve, I'm not trying to get rid of... You guys hate the Landon Dickerson thing, man, but you guys just don't see it. Hey, Maniac, 4,000 yards, almost 70% completion percentage, and 91 quarterback rating. And you don't think that that's worth looking at? What up, Barrett? Thanks for coming aboard. Hey, Vasily says, Sileo, why are you against betting against the upside on Jalen Hurts? Good question. Hey, put this up, Xander. He's 23 years old, has one of the strongest work ethics I've ever seen. Why would you want an old dude like Matt Ryan who's a bum? He's not a bum. You must be related to Xander. He's not a bum. BF goes, Matt Ryan has accomplished exactly dick. Wait, he's accomplished the same thing that Bryce Harper's accomplished. He's an MVP. What's Bryce Harper accomplished? Figure this out for me, Philly. How could the Washington Nationals dump that dude, the MVP, and they win a World Series? Oh, they got better without Bryce Harper. How's that possible? The Nationals got better without Bryce Harper. They won a World Series title. Instead of getting bumped in the opening round of a World Series or a playoffs, the Nationals got better, as Tony Kornheiser would so say. Oh, what has Harper accomplished? I'm an MVP. Great. That's what you're saying? Matt Ryan is an MVP. NFL MVP. NFL. Pretty soon I'm going to be convincing myself to go after. I don't have a problem with Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan's a borderline Hall of Famer. Hey, guys, put up his all-time numbers. How many passing yards at 36 years of age? And I guarantee you this. Matt Ryan's got a winning record as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I guarantee he does. Guarantee he's got a winning record. Guarantee it. Wait a minute. Okay. That bum has 59,000 passing yards. That bum. Yeah. A bum with 59,000 passing yards. He's got more passing yards, I think, than Elway. Wait a minute. Here's some more bum stats. He's got 367 touchdown passes and only 170 interceptions. That's a 2-to-1 quarterback touchdown to interception ratio. Pretty much what you want. He's 10 times the player that Wentz ever was or will be, but he's a bum. Yeah, look at that win record, too. And he's got an NFC championship to his. You imagine putting Matt Ryan behind that offensive line in Philadelphia? You guys would win the East. He'd be the best quarterback in the East. And he might not cost you a first rounder. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that guy might not cost you a first rounder. You may get him for a 2 because you're going to take some of that money off the table. Matt Ryan put up enough numbers in that game, 28 points, and that defense gave up. Hey, I agree. I wasn't on Ryan losing that game. He does, Steve, but the new CBA allows this. They can defer money, pick up some of the contract, trade him to the Eagles for a 2. And maybe a player. Or a 2 and a 5. A 2 and a 5 for Matt Ryan? I'm in. I'm in. I'd rather start Big Sills. Man. You love your dudes. Hey, by the way, that comment that you made. Sills, why don't you want to do the upside? And you see all the positives potentially that Jalen Hurts can bring. I wasn't even going to start my show up because Harden's he's in the building tonight, right? Okay. He's at Wells Fargo tonight. I get it. I wanted to start the show off with that, but you guys got me here on this one, man. Kenny Pickett to Philly. No. I can promise you this. Big Sills mock draft 2022 at 4:30. That ain't it. That ain't it. Matt Ryan. Yeah, Xander's like horrible. It's not a horrible take. He's a quarterback that could win the East for you. Jesus. Look at the division. This guy was with the Saints and Breeze and Brady. You think you're winning the NFC South? You're not. You're not. You have Brady and Breeze in the South where he was performing down there, and he still won a division title and an NFC championship. Matt Ryan's had a great career. He's had a great career. If you think Stafford's had a great career, so is this guy. Come on, man. He's better than Bledsoe. He's as accomplished as Marino. Marino's only got an AFC title. Breaking news. Jalen Hurts is smuggling drugs from Mexico. He wouldn't get arrested, though. The gate's wide open. They welcome him in. Hey, over here. You could just sit there and wait for your ride. Oh, BF. Matt Ryan effing stinks. You guys suck. Oh, man. I don't want that guy in here. Absolutely not. Get him out of here. Not working for me. Choke artist. Philly's like this, though. No, not working. All right. Hit the stupid like button for me. Please, I beg you. Thank you so much. Let me start it out with where I wanted to go first. So your boy James Harden's in the building tonight, right? Wells Fargo. He's a quitter. This guy's legacy is going to be here in Philly. Mock Draft 1.0 coming up, baby. That's right. You guys are going to make or break James Harden. Okay? You guys are going to make or break this dude. I want to give you guys some credit on something. You broke Ben Simmons over your knee, and you broke Carson Wentz over your knee. Is James Harden going to be broken over your knee next? Is he the next guy? I love you. Are the best fans because you're smart fans. Sileo. Okay? Okay? I mean, seriously, guy. It's not Merrill Lynch. It's Merrill Reese. Okay? All right? It's not Merrill Lynch. Get his name right. He's a legend. You need to know this guy. Liberty Bell, Broad Street, Lincoln Financial. You need to know this. Independence Hall, you know the basics. I had a guy who did radio once. Hey, I had a guy who did radio in New York once. He didn't know the boroughs. Yeah, Midtown, man. I go, that's not Midtown, bro. Hey, man, you got to know where you are in the room, in the building, and in the streets of Philly, right? See, hey, Flyer, what up? What part of Philly do you think I'm studying the most? James Harden should take notes what I'm going to say to you. Not the Rocky statue. What part of Philly do you think I'm studying now the most? Merrill is never coming back after you. Hey, that is not. Listen here, you. He told me in a Merrill Reese way that he didn't like it. There you go, 215 South Philly, Joe. Okay, there you go. I'm studying South Philly because that's seemingly where all the Paisans hang out. There's Italians in the room. I'm in the room. Very partial to Paisans and anybody that has a vowel at the end of their name. Lincoln Financial Field. I've been there. Let's see. How many times have I been to the Link? I think 6 times. I've been to Lincoln Financial 6 times. The majority of those were for Army-Navy games. So I've been in there sitting in a suite. How you doing? Secretary of the Navy, too, by the way. How you doing? Actually met Donald Trump there. Ooh, no. Not the evil orange Orange hair, man. Yeah. Big Sales has met them all. John Joe, get Jalen out of Philly and off my hands. Yeah. Oh, man. I've been to Lincoln once and Veterans once. I've been to the vet a few times. Actually played in that bitch. You got to be outside with people, Sileo. Hey, actually, you're right. The only reason I'm in those suites, hey, wait a minute. Chalk It Up Sports, the only reason I'm in those suites is for the grub and the free beer. You think I'm in there for conversation? Hey, so how's your portfolio doing? Hey, are you looking at what kind of stock you got? If I were you, I'd be big on Halliburton right now. Or I'd be big. Hey, you know where I'd be big right now? You got a General Dynamics. They're going to be making a lot of bullets. Hey, General Dynamics. Remember I said that? Jets and shit and all that? Yeah. Anything war right now. You got it, baby. Drop that nickel in there. You think I'm sitting around doing that? No, right? So as I was saying, this guy, James Harden, man, you guys are going to make or break this dude. Okay, I asked this earlier to Barrett. I'm going to ask it to you now. Does James Harden go for 22 and a half, or below 22 and a half tonight? What do you think? Hey, BF, I was a stockbroker. I wasn't kidding. You better be in General Dynamics right now. Or if I were you, be in Boeing. Hey, petroleum right now. I would be in coal. I would be in any of that. Anything with natural resources right now when it comes to energy. Raytheon is great stock right now. Over. Anthony, you think he scores over? Flyer says he thinks he goes over 22 points. Chalk It Up Sports, 25, 8, and 5. Holy jeez. Harden, 36. What did you have? Hey, Bona Fortuna to you, my friend. Robert, Bona Fortuna, my friend. Joe Biden hates natural resources. Well, in about a week, when those presidential approval ratings keep going down, he'll be over there putting that pipeline back in action again. Well, maybe, you know what? The new green rule might not be working right now. We need to get some energy. Gasoline's $8 a gallon. Americans are going to kill me here with this. We got to get, approval ratings matter, especially with midterms coming up. Yeah. You think he's going to, I think he goes off too, man. I think he goes, I don't know about the 8 assists. Xander's like, yeah, no, take the over in the assist. I'm like, I don't know, man. That guy looked like an assist guy to you. That's like asking me, hey, Sills, you eat half a sandwich? No. I don't eat half a sandwich. Not a good point, man. The Sills look like he eats a half a sandwich. Does Harden look like he's going to pass the ball around? Come on, man. I do think his legacy is on the line, though. Dude, you failed in Oklahoma City. You failed in Houston. You failed in Brooklyn. You quit at every one of those spots. You got to have a success somewhere. You've had limited success, and you've had personal success. At the end of the day, people are going to look at you and look at you as Carmelo Anthony. James averages 10 assists a game. Yeah, Kevin Durant was on that Brooklyn team. Oh, all right. So you think he's going to average 10? Maybe with Embiid. Maybe that's why he wanted to go there. Maybe he doesn't want to shoot as much. 105 a barrel. Oof. Got to get into petroleum right now. Those stocks are huge. Okay? Those stocks are huge. Halliburton's huge right now. Remember I told you General Electric. Those are all stocks. Stocks you never ever lose money in. Sara Lee and Waste Management. Got to throw your trash away. It's recession proof. People throw trash out every day. Waste Management is the greatest stock on the planet because you never lose money. You never lose dough. Xander goes like this. Same on funeral homes. Hey, people die every day, man. It's actually a great investment. He's not lying. People kick the bucket every day. People eat. People have waste. You never go wrong. People drink booze. Hey, porn is also recession-proof. It's a proven commodity. There's your lesson for the day. You're welcome. All right, let me move on here now. I brought this little tidbit up earlier in the middle. By the way, we're doing that next week too, man. Hopefully everybody will chime in with us. You guys are awesome, by the way. Dan, you should stock show. Well, hey, dude, I did that. I worked at Bear Stearns. Man. I was a stockbroker. I had my Series 7. Then I went from stocks. I went to commodities. Then I went to infrastructure. Then we also went to acquisitions and mergers. I was doing all of that at Bear Stearns. I was working on the Sara Lee deal with Nabisco back in the day. I did. I'm going back and forth to New York. We're putting this deal on the table for Sara Lee and Nabisco, putting all that stuff together. Yeah, how you doing? You know why I quit? Hey, this is Dan Sileo. How you doing? We never had a losing quarter in 64 years at Bear Stearns. Hey, well, I know that you deal in Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch, those guys have 15 or 16 different stocks a year. You know what? They're just about trading. We're about investing. We never had a losing quarter in 64 years. Ugh. Had it down, man. Had it down. All right. How many people here? What do you think the commitment's going to be by the owner of the Eagles for Howie Roseman's new deal? How long should the owner of the Eagles give Howie in his new contract? And does he deserve a long-term deal, or does he deserve a shorter-term deal? Long-term deal, to me, just so you know, in the NFL world, 5 years is an eternity. Okay, 5 years is an eternity. 2 years, 3 years, you extend them. Okay? You tell me. Yeah, Reyes, right? 3 years max, chalk it up, Sports Philly. 3 years? I want to make a point to you, though. Okay? I want to make a point to you here. So, since 2000, I want to show you what your general manager has done. The Eagles have won 14 playoff games in that time, and a Super Bowl and an NFC title. Since 2000, actually, hang on, since 2000, it's 2 NFC titles, right? It's 2 NFC titles. Holy cow, I didn't think of that. I forgot about the McNabb one. 2000, you have 2 NFC titles, Super Bowl, 14 playoff wins. 14 playoff wins. Combined, the rest of the NFC East has 4 playoff wins. The Giants have 10. The Cowboys have 3. Washington has 1. Howie Roseman has been part of the Eagle front office for the majority of this, in some form or fashion, making executive decisions, correct? I know the pause and all that. I get it. It's kind of like 2 terms of GM. But he was still, according to Barrett, we talked about it, he was given a raise, but still had some type of say with the owner because the owner values his opinion. Okay? I'm not talking about the NFC title, man. I'm talking since 2000. Since 2000. Still, Anthony, he's been in the front office as part of the front office. I get Reed's power. I'm not disputing it. Barrett corrected me. Hey, Andy had a lot of say in person. I'm not saying he's been in the front office since 2000. Okay. They've dominated the NFC East. They've dominated. Howie Roseman has the football team with multiple draft choices now. They moved successfully off of Carson in that contract. They were correct on Jalen. They were correct as of now on Sirianni. Now, it's going to be determined whether or not Sirianni equals what Doug Peterson has done, and that's deliver a Super Bowl, yet to be determined. I don't know if I see it, but hey, I don't know if I saw a Super Bowl with Doug Peterson either. Don't you do this? Even the naysayers, all of you naysayers, Howie's been successful as your general manager, yes or no? And if you disagree, I'd like to know why you disagree. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 2 NFC championships, a Super Bowl title. He's drafted a few Hall of Fame players too. Would we say this? Is Lane Johnson going to the Hall of Fame? Yes or no? You think Lane Johnson will be a Hall of Fame player? I kind of do. Jason Kelce, he drafted him. Is he going to the Hall of Fame? I think it's slam dunk he's going to the Hall of Fame. There's 2 dudes that he's drafted that I just named off the top of my head that are going to the Hall of Fame. In his time as your GM, he's won a Super Bowl, 2 NFC titles, and he's got Hall of Famers that he's drafted. And he's been able to manipulate and manage your budget and handle your salary cap. And on top of that, create a bounty of draft picks. Am I wrong? Lane, maybe? I say you give him a 5-year contract. I think he's deserved it. I think Howie Roseman has deserved a 5-year contract extension by the Eagles. Tell you what, he blows away anything Jerry Jones does. He's been as successful as the general manager in Los Angeles. He has been as successful as the general manager in Pittsburgh. Nobody in the East. He's outperformed the East by 3 times almost. Look at this. Only the Giants are close with 10 postseason wins. The Cowboys in Washington have 4 combined. I mean, there's a true, if you look at it, there is absolutely a true record of this guy's success in Philly. Tell me this, though. Help me out on this. Why does he get the bad rap, though? Okay? Why does he get the bad rap? Hey, Maniac, I can't believe that Dallas only has 3 wins, too. That's terrible. I actually thought it was 3 wins since 1998, but I'm just going with the stat that I saw earlier, and I saw this stat online by Fox Sports, so I went with it. But I thought it was only 3 since 98. Okay? And they're saying 3 since 2000. And I'm going like this, man, that's brutal. You keep telling me the Dallas Cowboys are the Tiffany team of the NFL, highest rated team? Why? They're not winners. It really is overhype. The Dallas Cowboys are like they're like the Notre Dame of pro football. Every year we say this about Notre Dame. Oh, God, best talent, best resources, Golden Dome. These guys are the best ever. I can't believe Notre Dame. Notre Dame is so great, top 5 team. You're like, that team is not top 5. When that team plays a top 5 team, they get steamrolled. They get trucked. Dude, you're looking for Notre Dame bodies like you're looking for dead dudes in a lake. You're dragging for Notre Dame bodies. What happened? Bama ran that thing over, man. Woo, it was like a choo-choo. That thing was like a choo-choo, baby. Eagles' top 4 picks last year were all hits. Birdman. Dude, I'm telling you, man, your boy gets a bad rap in Philly. He does, man. He's been awful successful. All right, it's time. This is only exclusive to you dudes. The Big Sills. Get it ready here. 2022 NFL mock draft. That baby's next. Hit the like button. We'll get to it in 3 minutes. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the memories. Go for the view that goes on forever. Go for the bubbles in your bathtub and in your drink. Go to bed whenever you want. Or don't. Go for him. Go for her. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
You know you like being right. That's why you should enroll in an Independence Blue Cross plan. It's the health plan chosen by more people than any other, with more doctors and hospitals, more benefits that really rock, more of the coverage you want for the right price, including free doctor visits 24/7. It's a choice you can feel good about, because when you're right, you're right. And when you've got Independence Blue Cross, you're right where you need to be. Call 1-844-200-2583 today to get an Independence Blue Cross plan.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Welcome back, National Football Show, Big Sills. We are getting ready here for our 2022 NFL mock draft. I'll move some things around the week of the draft, but every year what I do is I put a mock draft out. Now look, don't start getting your panties in a bind when I start throwing positions out, or these are players that I think teams need to address because you have a deficiency. I've watched the majority of these players now. I like going back. I watch them on YouTube. I sit there and I go, I think this kid could really fit into this particular scheme. Because remember something, not every football team, just because you like a guy, that wasn't his skill set in college. Like a lot of those guys that come out of LSU, do you know why they're so versatile on defense? Because back when Coach Orgeron was the coach there, they went back and forth from a 43-30. They went back from a 34-43 all the time. Yes, you can mock my draft. Yes, you can, Chris. Thank you. Okay? Look at Pete. What BS do you got for us? Hold on. Here we go with my Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. Here we go. With the first pick in the 2022 NFL Big Sills mock draft, Evan Neal, Alabama, 6'7", 350. Offensive tackle, got to protect the guy that you invested all that money in. And Trevor Lawrence has to have a guy to protect him. Put him at left tackle. They just put a recent guy in the Hall of Fame who was their best left tackle in history of the program, and Tony Baselli. This kid, he's from around the Okeechobee area. I know a lot of people that knew him in high school. He's a Florida kid. Again, how'd that guy get out of Miami? How did that guy get out of Miami? Because he went to that shitty Alabama program, and he went and played at Bama. Big deal. Why didn't you stay at home, kid? He decides to be a traitor, and he goes and plays at Alabama. Okay. I got the kid number 1 overall. He's really, in my opinion, position-wise, I think he's a special football player. I think he's really going to make a difference in Jacksonville. And Doug Peterson, isn't this guy right up his alley? Here's a guy that I think is going here. Would I take him? Man, there's a lot of hype on this kid. I think the Lions, because of the proximity of Ann Arbor, I think they take Aiden Hutchinson, 6'6", 265. He's an edge rusher. There's a lot of edge rushers that are in this particular draft. The Lions need a lot of help on defense. Chris Spielman is part of that organization. They're going to get on that side of the football with Dan Campbell. Here's my problem. I saw Hutchinson get knocked on his ass a little bit when he was in that semifinal game against Georgia. Georgia knocked him around a little bit, man. I was like, I don't know, you know. And he went against really great athletic offensive linemen in that game. And I thought Georgia blew their doors off, especially in the second half. They were running at them at will. Bad game? Okay, well, guess what, man? You can't beat Alabama. How the hell are you going to beat the Packers? So I got Aiden Hutchinson. I do think he goes Lions. I think they like him. Look, the Big Ten to me is a good conference, not a great conference. The SEC is spectacular. That's right, Anthony. I had a problem with that, man. Number 3. You want to know who one of the best athletes is in this draft? It's right here. Derek Stingley Jr., 6'1", 195 LSU, cornerback. I think he goes to the Texans with this pick here at number 3. Phenomenal player. Coach O told me the other night, you want to know about just pure skill set when it comes to playing the cornerback position. He's got a little Darrelle Revis in him. He's got great hands. You know, I mean, they thought of playing him on both sides of the football because of his athleticism. They thought he was spectacular of an athlete. So I got Derek Stingley Jr. there at the 3 hole going to the Texans. Number 4, Kayvon Thibodeau, 6'5", 258, Oregon, edge rusher. They need, Robert Saleh, the head coach there, defensive-minded guy, knows that if you're going to be in a conference and in a division with Josh Allen, and you got Mac Jones that you got to get to, you need to have an edge rusher and you need to have a pass rusher. And Thibodeau, according to Mario Cristobal, told me the 2 best football players that he has had at his respected positions were Justin Herbert and this kid Thibodeau. He goes, Sills, watching him in practice, nobody could block him. And Penei Sewell was in that practice. So we're talking about some high draft pick kids. And there's some kids that are going to be Oregon guys that played in that O-line. And Cristobal said this guy killed all of them. He dominated the Pac-12. And he was a force in the Pac-12. Got a little banged up a little bit at the end of the year. But Kayvon Thibodeau is, without a doubt, probably, in my opinion, who will have a better career, Thibodeau or Aiden Hutchinson? My money's on Thibodeau. Thibodeau goes to the Jets. Akeem Kanawu from NC State at 5, 6'4", 320. The Giants need O-line. In my opinion, he's the second highest graded offensive lineman, the kid from NC State. Probably, if I were looking at it, now look, when you go in the top 5, you're not drafting a guy to be a guard. They're clearly going to put him over at left tackle. 6'4", 335. That's a big kid, okay? Like to see him a little taller, but his athleticism and his speed. Like when he goes to the combines this coming week, don't be shocked if you see a guy that's 6'7", 350 pounds running a 5'2". If that kid runs that 5'2" like that, that kid Neal's just going to solidify it even more. Okay? He's just going to solidify it till more, right? This kid's really, hey, and this kid plays with a chip on his shoulder too. Charles Cross at number 6. 6'5", 310, Mississippi State offensive line. Panthers take him. Christian McCaffrey needs some more offensive linemen if he wants to stay healthy. Okay? They need to get themselves an opportunity to keep that guy healthy. And their offensive line is not very good. So the Panthers have to start retooling that old line, in my opinion. So I got Charles Cross, 6'5", 310, Mississippi State, going to the Panthers at number 6. I know Eagle fans are going to hate this. At number 7, this kid, George Karaftis from Purdue, 6'4", 275, edge rusher. He goes to the New York Giants. The Giants are doing things here that they need to. They need to address both lines. They're awful. I have never seen the Giants O and D line this bad at the same time in my entire life. Covering them, playing against them, having a family member involved with them. I've never seen the Giants this poor. Okay? I've never seen this guy. And I'll tell you something. Big Pickin', he's really shooting up the draft board. He could go higher than 7. Okay? He could go. I think the two elite edge rushers are Thibodeau and Hutchinson. But I'm telling you, this kid from Purdue, he's moving up, but I don't know how much so that, because if you notice, every one of these players that I'm putting down here, this is all a need here. At number 8, Drake London, 6'5", 210, USC wide receiver, Falcons. You went out last year and they got Pitts from Florida. Now they end up going out and they get this kid London, who I think, in my opinion, I think he's the best wide receiver in the draft. Big kid, physical kid. Did not play really in a system with star players like some of the other great wide receivers out of Southern Cal. And you know what I really love about this kid too? He blocks in the run game. He is a big kid. He's 6'5". This guy's a 6'5", 215-pound guy running routes for you, going across the middle. That's a big dude. That's a big guy running across the middle of the field. And you're taking on those cornerbacks, 5'11", 6 feet. The guy's a good-looking football player. Here's Xander's guy. At number 9, Kenny Pickett. 6'3", 220, Pittsburgh, quarterback. He ends up going to the Seattle Seahawks with the 9th pick in the draft. I'm making a gamble here. I think they're beginning the process of moving off of Russell Wilson, and they're preparing for it. There's been too much conversation in the last 2 years about whether or not Russell Wilson wants to play in Seattle. Do you know how you protect your flank from that? You have a plan. Pittsburgh doesn't have a plan. Dwayne Haskins? Mason Rudolph? That's not a plan. You need to have a plan. If Russ wants out, this is also, in my opinion, this is also maybe something that ends up doing this. What? Maybe you facilitate a trade to trade Russell Wilson away too. So I'm saying they take Pickett at 9, Seattle, making a gamble there. At number 10, Ahmad Gardner, 6'2", 188, Cincinnati cornerback. Think he goes to the Jets, if I'm not mistaken, at number 10. That rounds out the 10. They need help all over that defense. Not as much as what the Eagles need. There's more holes on the Jets. But to me, I think they end up taking this kid from Cincinnati cornerback at number 10. You guys are going to hate this pick. At number 11, going to Washington, the Commanders. Kyle Hampton, 6'4", 220, Notre Dame. Can you imagine this? You'll have Chase Young back, Jonathan Allen. Then you put Kyle Hamilton back into secondary. You got your makings of a damn good football team in Washington. Kyle Hamilton rounds that defense out. Pass rusher, run stoppers, and cover corners that can hit and cover safeties that can hit. Dumb name, I'm with you, man. Kyle Hamilton at number 11 to Washington. At number 12, Jermaine Johnson II, 6'5", 260. Here's a sleeper for you. Florida State, edge rusher, goes to Minnesota. They need a pass rush up there. This kid here, in my opinion, is one of those guys. I know he played on a crappy football team, but this kid here, in my opinion, if you watch him and you watch his technique, he is a good-looking football player. And so I got the kid, Jermaine Johnson II, 6'5", 260, edge rusher, going to the Minnesota Vikings at number 12. At number 13, Treylon Burke, 6'3", 225, Arkansas. Wide receiver, going to the Browns. Browns are big on offense. Kevin Stefanski, that's his forte. You know, I mean, you end up losing Odell Beckham. You add this guy to the mix. Can you imagine this kid here? Burks goes to Cleveland. You get Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb back. Okay? You get him, and then you put him on the other side of the wide receiver they have on the other LSU kid. They're going to probably lose the tight end. That's a good-looking offense. Only problem is their quarterback. But they're going to keep putting offensive weapons in that offensive huddle. I think their defense is pretty good-looking right now. At number 14, Devontae Wyatt, 6'3", 315 from Georgia. You know what's really funny about this? I'm going to make a point to you and not bury the lead here. But some of these guys that really I didn't isolate on enough, and I was isolating on really the big name guys. When you talk to scouts and you talk about their personal grades and where they rank in their positions, I was really shocked. Devontae Wyatt, 6'3", 315, Georgia, D-line. I got him going to the Ravens at number 14. Here we go, Eagle fans. Next two picks. At number 15, Trent McDuffie, 5'11", 205, cornerback, Philadelphia Eagles. Again, Xander hates this pick. Trent McDuffie, Washington, cornerback, Philadelphia with the 15th pick. Hang on. This is going to get better because this is going to go. No McScruffy. Easy. This is going to go against the trend. You can't pass this guy up. with the 16th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles, Devin Lloyd, 6'3", 245, LB to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, here's the difference with this kid. You could stand him up in a 34. You could put his hand down in a 43. I think this kid here is the most versatile player in the draft from the linebacking position. He's not a pure backer. He's like the kid in Dallas. He's an edge rusher. He can play the run. He can cover tight ends. And he's big. This kid, Devin Lloyd. Now, if you're all looking at him as a pure backer, there's no way how he's got to be more for Howie to take him. And he sells himself. When you watch him on tape, watch him get around the edge and how he pass rushes. Watch him play the run with leverage. Watch him how he covers tight ends. He's right on him. Okay? Yes. Big picking. Kid from Utah. And he's coached by one of my great friends, Cal Whittingham. I love him. And I spoke to him. He said, Dan, his work ethic and his desire to be great is off the charts. He's a tone setter. He's in the locker room, constantly keeping the guys focused. He's a born leader. See, this is what you don't get, okay? You don't get because I talked to the coaches that these guys played for. I talked to all these guys. I want to know what makes this kid work. That's why I put him, pure linebacker, they're probably not taking him. But because he's so versatile, he can do more. I got Devin Lloyd at 16. At 17, Garrett Wilson, 6 feet, 192, Ohio State University, wide receiver, going to the Chargers. Chargers don't know what's going to happen with Mike Williams, right? And you got a signal caller in the building. Okay? You got a signal caller in the building that you keep wanting to put stats around him. Okay. At number 18, oh my God, I can hear it already. Matt Corral, 6'2", 205, Ole Miss, going to the Saints. Last time the Saints had an Ole Miss quarterback, his name was Archie Manning. Matt Corral is going to appease the locals. He's a good player, fits the need. He fits right there with the Saints. Number 19, Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 275, Georgia, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 275, Georgia, defensive line, Philadelphia Eagles. So you got another guy that can rush the passer here. So if you're looking at the Eagles, Trent McDuffie, who you hate, quarterback, Philly, Devin Lloyd, Utah, and now Trayvon Walker, Georgia, defensive line, going to the Philadelphia Eagles. You get those three guys, man, you fill needs. You fill your needs. And Xander's like, he's from Washington. I'm not taking crap from that place. All right. At number 20, Sam Howell, 6'1", 225, UNC, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 21, Chris Olave, wide receiver, 6'1", 188, going to the New England Patriots for Mac Jones. Number 22, Jamison Williams, wide receiver, Bama, to the Raiders. Derek Carr was going to like that pick. Number 22. I already did that. Jamison Williams. Number 23. David Ajabo. 6'5", 250. Michigan edge rusher. Going to the Arizona Cardinals. At number 24, Xander. Nakobe Dean. 6 feet, 225, Georgia linebacker to the Dallas Cowboys. Wow. You got Parsons and Dean now in your defense. Oh, I know he's too short. Okay, we'll see, won't we? Here's where I was referencing. Man, I thought Jordan Davis was going to be the highest-ranked defensive lineman in this draft. He's not. I kind of buried it here. At 25, Jordan Davis. 6'6", 330. Georgia defensive tackle to the Buffalo Bills. Last year they went edge rusher, the kid from Miami, and now they go inside. Building a great team up there in Buffalo. Number 26, Trevor Penning, 6'7", 321, Northern Iowa offensive tackle. Guess where? To the Titans. Why? Derrick Henry's calling. I need some more old linemen. Number 27, Jahan Dotson, 5'11", 185, Penn State, wide receiver to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 28, Berland Raymond, 6'7", 305, Central Michigan, O-line to the Green Bay Packers. Number 29, Tyler Linderbaum, 6'3", 290, from Iowa Center to the Miami Dolphins. Number 30, Boye McPhee, I believe that's how you say his name, 6'4", 265, the University of Minnesota, D lineman, more of an edge rusher kind of guy, to the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 31, Zion Johnson, 6'3", 318, Boston College, O-line to the Bengals. And rounding out the first round, Malik Willis with the 32 and 32nd pick, 6'1", 215 Liberty, quarterback to the Detroit Lions. There's your draft. Evan Neal 1, Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley 3, Thibodeau 4, Iknawu 5, O-lineman, NC State to the Giants, Cross 6 to the Panthers, 7, the kid from Purdue to the Giants, 8, London, wide receiver, USC to the Falcons, 9 is Kenny Pickett to the Seahawks, 10 is Gadniel from Cincinnati, cornerback to the Jets. 11 is Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame to Washington. Johnson, the second, Florida State edge rusher at 12 to the Minnesota Vikings. Burks, wide receiver, Browns 13. Wyatt, D-line to the Ravens. And McDuffie to the Eagles. Lloyd to the Eagles. Linebacker from Utah. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver to the Chargers. Matt Corral to the Saints. Walker to the Eagles. Sam Howell, quarterback to the Steelers. Wide receiver from Ohio State to the Patriots. Williams, Bama receiver to the Raiders. Ajabo to the Cards. Dean to the Cowboys. Davis to the Bills at 25. Penning to the Titans O-line, North Iowa. Dotson, wide receiver, Penn State to the Bucks. Raymond, 6'7", 305, O-lineman, Central Michigan to the Packers. Linderbaum to the Dolphins. Maffey to the Chiefs. Edge rusher, Johnson to the Bengals. And Malik Willis, quarterback to the Lions. We'll talk about this in hour number 2. Jason Cole will be with us also in hour number 2, our NFL Insider. A lot of news in the NFL. Please hit the like button. We'll get your response. We'll get your thoughts. We'll do it all next right here on the National Football Show.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the memories. Go for the view that goes on forever. Go for the bubbles in your bathtub and in your drink. Go to bed whenever you want. Or don't. Go for him. Go for her. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
You know you like being right. That's why you should enroll in an Independence Blue Cross plan. It's the health plan chosen by more people than any other, with more doctors and hospitals, more benefits that really rock, more of the coverage you want for the right price, including free doctor visits 24/7. It's a choice you can feel good about, because when you're right, you're right. And when you've got Independence Blue Cross, you're right where you need to be. Call 1-844-200-2583 today to get an Independence Blue Cross plan.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Hour 2, National Football Show with Big Cells. How you doing? All right, so what'd you make of the any complaints? Any complaints with your favorite team, especially Eagle guys? Trent McDuffie, Devin Lloyd, and Trayvon Walker. Those are my picks. Hey, Sills, I just grub huddled you 5 meatball parm sandwiches. Be on the lookout. Man. Oh, man. Bad pick at 15. Let me see. Xander hates the pick, too. I'm not drafting anything out of the University of Washington ever. See? Okay? Not drafting anybody out of the University of Washington. Nothing like that. No Pac-10 dudes ever. I don't give a shit if they had Ronnie Lott in that division. I don't care. Pac-10 doesn't produce that. Yeah, just like Ohio State don't produce quarterbacks either, boys. Just remember that, too. Apply that to Ohio State. Don't ever draft a quarterback out of that place. You can't name one. Terrible mock draft, Sills. Who made your choices? I did, Andrew. I put my name on it. What do you think? I'm like the rest of those stiff media guys you have in Philly? Well, my producer gave it to me. I put my name on it. You see here, my friends, we're not afraid of anything. We put our name on things here. That's how I do it. After this mock draft, I don't trust Sills to pick. Whoa! Hey, really? Really, maniac? Okay. Sills a better jockey. Relax. Hang on here. Okay, you know what my hit rate is? My hit rate is better than Mike Mayock's ever was. Do you have white out? I'm not white nothing out. By the way, I'm not white. I'm Italian. Okay? Italians aren't white guys. Just remember that. You're Americans. I'm Italian. There's a difference. I even filled that in on my college application. Caucasian or whatever. I said, I'm other. I'm a paisan. Sills, that was a bad mock draft. Birds won't get McDuffie. Do you remember the last time we drafted a corner? I got the same spiel from, and don't highlight it, I got the same spiel from guess who? Okay. Who made your choices? Stevie McBrittle, he's not an Italian food. You're Italian, Chris? You must be Northern Italian. You're more like a Frenchman. It's all good. Don't worry. We're kind of paisans. Italians are white now. Come on, man. I'm not white. I'm Italian. Eastside Monster says Big Sills used crayons when he was, man. Every one of these picks were thoroughly thought out with needs. Homework. Constant calling on talking to coaches. You're never going to get a better mock draft in your life than this. And you can hold me to it. I'll make bets with you on this. That watch this. I may not get every pick right, but I'll be around 40%. I'm always there with whiskey. How many quarterbacks do I have going in the first round? 1, 2, 3. Pickett 9. Damn, I can't believe I have him that high. How 20 to the Steelers and 32 Lions with Malik Willis. Look at how many edge rushers. Steels is saying his drafts are better than Howie. I am saying that. Okay? I am saying that. Here, watch it. You're 100% Italian? Well, let me get this. Gianluigi Vaselli. No, you sound Irish. No, that's an Irishman's name. Okay. Hey, here he is, Hell's Kitchen. Vaselli from Hell's Kitchen. This guy likes potatoes and whiskey. Yeah. No, you look like the part. That mock draft is worth one fillet of fish. I actually like fillet of fish, dude. Okay? Don't rip on it. McDonald's has the best fillet of fish, even though the last time they gave me Burt buns and I was really pissed at them because my experience with the fillet of fish for about 30 years has been a great one until this last time. I got a really bum deal on my fillet of fish when I was in Gila Bend on my way to see my daughter play. It was terrible. I even complained that, but the problem is you really can't complain to a food joint you go back to. Hey, your food sucks. What'd you say? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. So you really don't, you don't really do this. I love the guy when you're sitting down for dinner. The guy's complaining about his dinner, right? And they still got entrees to bring in. Hey, this thing's cold. This thing sucks. What is this? And you're going like, man, that meal ain't going to get any better for you. Hey, Hey, right 215. You know, you see the guy, you're sitting there. Look at this spoon, man. It's got shit all over it. Come on, man. What are we looking at here? He goes, no. Now it's got shit on it. Don't ever mess with anybody in a restaurant, a maitre d' or anybody. Don't ever do that. No. My wife taught me that. Don't mess with anything, man. It's never good. It's never a good thing. This mock, hey, I'll tell you what, though. So look at Washington here. Okay? Washington getting Kyle Hamilton. You put Kyle Hamilton in the secondary on that defense, you get Chase Young back. Whew. Can you imagine if they land this, Washington? And then you could tell me how you feel about your boy Jalen. So if Washington gets Deshaun Watson, they sign this guy Kyle Hamilton, they get a big-time free agent, Washington will win the East. And we're talking about, well, let's continue to build around Jalen. Let's give him an 8-year plan. What, do you want to put him on a GI Bill? Oh, we got 8 years to build this baby up. I'd rather hear Xander's mock draft. Who's Xander? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sydney, see? That's why you don't mess around with a maitre d' at a restaurant also. You got to know where your food is kind of like, coming out of the back. You're like, what are they doing back there? What's Xander doing back there? Yeah. Yep. Eagle picks. Trent McDuffie, be a superstar DB for you. Great pick. Devin Lloyd, linebacker, great pick. Trayvon Walker, D-line, Georgia, going to the Eagles, great pick. All three of those guys will be starters for you. Hey, by the way, all three of those guys will start for you. On what you have now? Okay. One above. Xander turned out the lights. I wouldn't mind hearing. Let's see here. Boo. Boo. So Washington got Watson. No, I'm saying they're going after him. Oh, and that's right. Oh, hey. Can I do one? Wait a minute. Can I do this one more time? I don't know how you guys don't like the Landon Dickerson stuff. I just don't. I don't. Oh, I see. Big Chris. Chris wants Xander to censor me like people want Spotify to censor Joe. Okay. They've been trying to censor me, Big Chris, for about 27 years. For about 27 years. See, I guarantee you McDuffie will be the biggest bust in this draft. Oh, you do? Okay. How do you know that? He doesn't even have a pro helmet yet. You don't even know. I got Seattle at 9. Got Seattle at 9. What happened to your trade for a quarterback? Oh, no. This is right now. I'm going with what's a reality. They haven't made any trades, the Eagles, right now. No. All bets are off if they go after Watson. You probably have one of those, maybe. But with my way of thinking and nobody else's way of thinking, I'm trying to get you another draft choice in the first round, but nobody wants it. they'd rather have Landon Dickerson than the 31st pick and T. Higgins. How do you rationalize that? How do you rationalize a 1,000-yard receiver and a first-round pick, and you're not going to lose a tremendous amount, according to everybody else, on how good this kid Isaac is, what a prospect he is, and you get the best O-line coach in the NFL? That's what I'm hearing. And by the way, what'd that O-line get you? Bounce in the first round. Are you still trading 10 picks for Watson? It's kind of a funny take, but how many do you – okay, watch this. Well, how many of the picks do I have to trade for him? Sydney, how many picks would you trade for a top 5 quarterback in the – all right, that's a great point. Sydney, how many picks would you trade? How many picks would you trade for Deshaun? How many picks? Let's just say Deshaun's name's not the guy. How many picks would you trade for a top 5 quarterback? How many? Good one? You're not going nowhere with that. Minshew Dillard for DJ Moore. Picking his 9 is crazy. Well, that's why I'm Big Sales. No, you're right. The O-line wasn't to blame, Kyle. It was the fact that your quarterback couldn't find single coverage. Correct. 3 draft choices to get Deshaun. Well, you're out. Houston and Nick Caserio will look at you, Chris, and go, hey, why don't you take a ticket in the back of the bus? Hey, go back of the bus. Oh, but they're 3 1s. Yeah, okay. Well, you got my attention. That's all you got. I told you this about draft choices yesterday. They're lottery tickets. They may want to play. Hey, how about this? What if the Houston Texans came to the Eagles and said this? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take those 3 1s. You give me Jordan Mailata, too. Would you do it? Watch this. Never! Okay. Congratulations. You get your dude, Jalen. Moved around. You tell me. 7. Pete goes 7. Pete goes 7. Hell no. You wouldn't do it. I'm very interested. Hey, I'm just telling you guys that right now, teams, by the way, do you know what the market is right now for Deshaun? They're taking, did you see that the Dolphins today have gone out and done this? The Dolphins have gone out once again and made it very public. Okay? They've gone out and made it very public that they're going after Watson again. That they're going after Watson. So, hey, make no mistake about it. Okay? There's no question that I think that you're going to see a boatload of teams that are going to go after him here. Hey, I need to take a timeout for a second because I want to check something out here. I'm going to do this. Hit the like button. Xander, I want to take a little short time out here. I want to look at something here on my list here. Hit the like button. Don't forget Jason Cole, bottom of the hour. Keep it right here on the National Football Show.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the memories. Go for the view that goes on forever. Go for the bubbles in your bathtub and in your drink. Go to bed whenever you want. Or don't. Go for him. Go for her. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
you like being right. That's why you should enroll in an Independence Blue Cross plan. It's the health plan chosen by more people than any other, with more doctors and hospitals, more benefits that really rock, more of the coverage you want for the right price, including free doctor visits 24/7. It's a choice you can feel good about, because when you're right, you're right. And when you've got Independence Blue Cross, you're right where you need to be. Call 1-844-200-2583 today to get an Independence Blue Cross plan.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Welcome back, National Football Show. I'm looking over at my notes here, and great pickup here. I have Seattle making a deal with Denver to get into that top 10 to get Kenny Pickett. I do have them making a deal with Denver. Denver, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, had the 9th pick. Seattle, who had to surrender those first-round picks, it was for the safety, right? For Adams. Didn't they have to give up 3 1s for Adams? I thought that they had to give up 3 1s for Adams, if I'm not mistaken. Adams, that's right. So I have them making a deal with Denver because they need to get a quarterback up in Seattle. I'm gambling and saying that they're going to make a play for a quarterback, Seattle, in this offseason. So they're making a deal with Denver to get into the top 10, and they're going after Kenny Pickett, the Seattle Seahawks. So how you doing? Thank you very much. Making sure, because I'm looking at my notes here, and I did see that, and I'm looking at the original draft here. Yeah, and that's where we were here. Because you're right. Way to go, Xander. Because Jamal Adams, if I'm not mistaken, what was it, like 3 1 Seattle had to give up, right, to go out and get him. So they're making a deal with Denver to get back into the top 10 so they could take a quarterback. I know. Some would say this, well, why not getting somebody like a running back or an offensive lineman? 2 firsts and a third. Whew, man, that's a lot for a safety who, by the way, they ended up turning around and giving them $20 million too. Man, that's a lot of change for a safety. Look, safeties, to me, they're a dime a dozen like receivers are. I mean, you get a good corner. I mean, I'm paying $20 million a year for a cornerback. I'm not paying $20 million a year for a free or strong safety. Jalen Ramsey, I'm giving those assets up to the Jags to get that guy in my huddle because he's the best or one of the top 3 lockdown corners in the league. I'm doing that. For a safety, I don't know. Do you notice that there's not a lot of safeties in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for a reason? They're kind of like guys. You know, they're kind of like tweeners. I'm not giving that kind of money up. So, yeah, I got them, and I'm looking at that notes, and the great catch because I didn't add that into the dynamic here on the 9th pick for Seattle to go out and get a quarterback there. So that's where we are here with that. So these picks, as my good friend Tony Bruno would say, stone cold, lead pipe locks right here. You will never see another mock draft as accurate as this one. You're welcome. I'm here to help. You know, I mean, as nice as Merrill Reese was yesterday to me, by not liking my Landon Dickerson move? Because he likes the players too. It's okay. Oh, ye of little faith. Okay? Oh, ye of little faith. All right. Question for you here. Brought this up earlier also. Shalom, everyone. What's up, Will? How you doing, brother? Hey. Matzo balls and gefilte fish. Some of my favorites. All good. Ruthless Dan? No, man. What do you guys think of Justin Houston? Should Howie go in the open market and look at Justin Houston? 4 sacks, 15 games. I did do a little bit more homework after we did the middle. He was more put in situational positions with the Ravens last year. Would you go after him? And Pro Football Focus is saying that the Eagles are a target for this. 1 year, $7 million. Would you do it? Would you go after him? Justin Houston. I would say in his 4th year, I think Justin had 22 sacks in his 4th year. It's always just business. James says, yes, grab him. So you put him on a defense that was 31st, you're automatically going to improve your pass rush. He's still a good – I think he's got gas left in the tank. Do I think he's got 10 sack gas in the tank? That is debatable. Houston's better than Avery. And get this, Chris, it's only $7 million. Pro Football Focus has him the 38th ranked free agent that's going to be in the open market. Would you look at someone like this? I think Justin's a good physical football player. You know, everywhere he's gone, their defense has been real good. By the way, you want to hear something crazy? How about this, guys? Justin Houston's had a better career than Jadeveon Clowney ever had. He's a better pass rusher. This guy's played 11 years. He's got 102 sacks. He's by far a better player. Jadeveon Clowney is one of the most overrated dudes that has come out of college in a long time. Never a double sack year in his entire career. He's never had it. This guy had 22 one year. I know it's years back, and we're talking back in the day. Hang on. Hey, Eastside Monster, good catch. See, this is why you guys are awesome. Seals craps all over Pro Football Focus. Now he's using it. Sometimes you use things when you need them, and sometimes you don't, and sometimes you massage it, sometimes you take half-screws. Yeah, come on, man. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Nothing gets by you guys, man. Oh, okay, Sills. Pro Football Focus, now your Bible. Yeah, Pro Football Focus has a Hurts ranked 10th or 11th. I know he does. Oh, Jalen is not the 10th best quarterback in the NFL. But Justin Houston is the 38th best free agent, I know. Yeah, man, a lot of hype on Jadeveon Clowney. I would take a look at Justin Houston, too. I'd bring him in, work him out. Let's see what he's got. Let's see where his mind is and see where his heart is. I mean, anything would be an upgrade, but I also think scheme has to get better, too, with Jonathan Gannon. I think that also has to get better. I mean, Jonathan Gannon playing those soft-ass coverages back there, folks, and you're 31st in pass rushing. You want to know why the majority of these quarterbacks that roll into Lincoln Financial have like a 70% quarterback completion rate? I mean, it's because of exactly what we talk about, all of us, Seth Joyner, myself, Barrett. We talk about the fact that they play that coverage and they play that defense. It's called like an umbrella defense. You know, the bend but don't break. You can't keep playing that way, especially when you get into the postseason and you're playing against those elite quarterbacks that are going to find those open targets like that. You saw what Brady did. You're not going to get past that when you play that kind of defensive scheme in the postseason. You're playing 10 yards off the ball. You're not generating any pass rush at all. The Eagles' number one priority outside of quarterback, in my opinion, They got to get edge rushers, man. They got to get people that can run the ball. They got to get people that can pass, get in the passing game on the opposing team, makes things happen. Like I said, this kid, Devin Lloyd. He's going to fill a lot of needs. Playing the run, rushing the passer, covering tight ends. The tight ends have become one of the biggest positions in the National Football League now. You've got to have linebackers that can cover Kelsey. You've got to have linebackers because these tight ends now are so athletic. Even the kid in Dallas. You don't have people like that on your defense, and you're playing soft zones, you're going to end up getting yourself killed in games. Okay? If you notice one thing, too, what I've done here with the Eagle draft, they're all defensive guys with those 3 picks. See, guys, you may not like the pick, but did I address the need? Corner, linebacker, defensive line. Nobody knows what any of these guys are going to do. I always get this conversation come Monday. So, what do you think the grade is for the Eagles or the Steelers or the Patriots? I always tell people this: I won't know for 3 years. Did they address needs on the team? And you and I always talk about this: needs on the team. Got to have some more depth. Got to get a pass rusher in the defensive line. Linebackers have to be overhauled. The safety position, free and strong, not very good. And you need another corner on the other side. We talk about that all the time. Well, I addressed all of those. You guys just don't like the players. But here, at the end of the day, you don't know if these guys are going to fit in, make that transition. A lot of things come into coaching. I was talking with Barrett about this too. Guys, it's where you land sometimes also, and scheme where you land at times. Okay? Like here. Look at Diggs from Dallas under Mike Nolan. Look at how bad he looked. Dan Quinn gets in there, and he allows that guy to roam a little bit there in that corner position, right? He allows him to roam a little bit. And he allows him to be able to get out there and play his game because he's going to a skill set. All right. Next week's the NFL Combines. Be a lot more talk on that stuff. And we'll see what happens as we're getting closer to March 1st and also to the fact that free agency now is going to start kicking up here real soon. What happens in all of free agency? Free agency is going to be very interesting. Quarterbacks moving. Like I said, the Combines next week. I want to bring my guy in, Pro Football Hall of Fame voter. His book, Elway. Please make sure you go to Amazon. You end up buying it here, Relentless Life with John Elway. Let's throw this out here to you here, and let's go down the list here a little bit, Jason. And I want to ask you the chances, say, of some of these people moving and some of the salaries that are being suggested here. Does Russell Wilson leave Seattle, yay or nay?
No.
Why?
I think they worked it out before the end of the season that he was going to come back for 2 reasons. Pete Carroll came back. Pete wasn't going to return if Russell wasn't going to be there. He wasn't going to do a full rebuild at age 70, going on 71, I think, by September. Second thing is that the offensive coordinator who they've brought in was, that's Russell's guy. That's the guy that he had them hire a year ago when they got rid of Schottenheimer. So how does it look if all of a sudden, he's there for a year and basically throws this guy under the bus by leaving? That's a bad look for Russell. And I think Russell feels a certain, guilt might be a little bit of a strong word, but a certain sense of both responsibility to the guy that he hired and to the fact that he was hurt last year and that they missed the playoffs for the first time, since he's been there. And the last thing, I think this is a little bit of it. Where's he really going to go? So you want to be in a bigger market. Okay, Seattle's in the Northwest. It's away from the real action, and it's not where Sierra wants to be and all that kind of stuff. But Chicago's full. Like, they're not moving on from Justin Fields. They're going to see, I'm not saying Justin Fields is a better player than Russell Wilson, but they've made this commitment to Justin Fields. And the Jets are not moving on, excuse me, from Zach Wilson anytime. And I think, Brian Daboll was brought in to find out if Daniel Jones is the real deal, right? Because here's the thing, if you bring in Russell Wilson to go with Brian Daboll, you're running Russell Wilson's offense. You're not running what Brian Daboll wants to run, or finding out if Daniel Jones is finally the answer, right? So a lot of these things don't make complete sense. If Miami was available, maybe, but I think McDaniel was brought in to see if Tua can do it.
Jason, the power structure though in Seattle, it's not been the same since Todd Lewicki left when he was the president of the organization, and they had a lot of structure. And when Paul Allen was alive, I'm not sure what the family's going to do with the team. Like you said, Pete's 70, and you're looking at Russell Wilson now stuck in, I don't know. It just looks like it's a football team. Like, without him, we saw how bad they are. Now, you could probably say that with numerous teams. If you took the star quarterback off of those respective teams, what would the Packers be really without Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay? Would they be a 6-win team? Probably would be a 6-win ball team. But if you're looking at Russell's side of it, have they gotten better? Since their Super Bowl run. I mean, ever since Marshawn Lynch has not been there.
But they weren't going to get better because they had a transcendent defense, and keeping a defense together is hard. And yeah, they have never replaced Marshawn Lynch to get them back to being that full sort of spread option team that they were, where they had a power back to go with Russell Wilson's ability to hit the edge once in a while. And now Russell's, he's not, I'm not saying he's a far worse athlete, but he's not as quick as he was when he first got in the league. So that stuff doesn't really work the same way. So yeah, I mean, they've changed quite a bit. And I mean, I still think they're awfully good. They just, they haven't hit it on defense when they look, they had
the Jamal Adams deal has not panned out.
No, he's a good player, but they don't have the other safety. Like, they don't have the Earl Thomas replacement, right? Like, when you had Cam Chancellor and you had Earl Thomas, like, you had the greatest combination because you had the power box safety with enough ability to cover, combined with one of the best coverage safeties of all time, along with a corner who was transcendent, and then you could get by at that other corner spot, and then make sure you had a decent nickel guy. But it was all perfect, along with what they had linebacker and Bennett up front, and they had it rolling for a good 3 or 4 year period, which is about as good as you're going to get in today's NFL with a defense.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's do this with Rodgers instead of saying whether or not you think he leaves or goes. So reports are now he wants $50 million. He's 38. That's $5 million more than what the new deal that's kicking in this year for Patrick Mahomes. If you're the GM of the Packers and you're Murphy, do you give Aaron Rodgers $50 million over 2 years with a third-year option?
How quickly do I say yes?
As fast as I would.
Yeah.
You know what gets me here, Jason, is that I hear everyone, it's the new fashionable thing, is to pound on Aaron Rodgers here in this offseason because he's aloof. Who cares about that? This guy's won 39 ball games in the last 3 years. He's a transcendent quarterback. And I said this to you before, I know I did. Peyton Manning's 14-13 in the postseason. Brett Favre is 13-11 in the postseason. Mm-hmm. It just shows you, Jason, how hard it is to win. Brady's an outlier. Montana's an outlier.
Right.
I mean, Marino was 8-10 in the postseason.
Right. I mean, look, great quarterbacks, a lot of great quarterbacks don't win in the postseason. I mean, Jim Kelly, right? I mean, there are plenty of great quarterbacks that you would take. And you always get back to the end of this. It's like, okay, you want to be fussy and, you're overpaying on a quarterback and you're this. Go find another one.
Like that.
That's really easy, right? That's just they pop up left and right. Now, they presumably think that they have a guy with Jordan Love, but he ain't Aaron Rodgers. Let's face facts, right? He's not ready to be Aaron Rodgers when your team is peaking. Like, if you were rebuilding your team at this point in time, you'd say, Aaron, I can't do it. But you're not. You're trying to compete. You're trying to win. I think there's plenty of things that you can criticize Aaron Rodgers about, but they are fine points, okay? He's a jerk, okay? Yeah. Is he likes to hear himself talk too much. Yes. He's a control freak who rips people apart if things don't go well. Absolutely. How does it look on Sunday? Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. The guy's a special player.
Yeah, you just say you tolerate a lot of stuff when you have a guy who's that good.
Absolutely.
I had a scout say to me earlier this week. He goes, if Aaron Rodgers wasn't this good, he'd be on his 6th team.
That's a great point.
Right. But he is that good. So, and look, the last 2 years they have tragically underperformed in the playoffs, right? Tragically. And Matt LaFleur deserves to be ripped up one side and down the other. Okay. And Brian Gutekunst did not figure this thing out correctly when he went and got Jordan Love. And I know that Rodgers was coming off of a bad year and all that kind of stuff. But if you were going to bring back Aaron Rodgers, you give him more weapons, not draft his replacement. Okay. It's just a stupid move. Okay.
How about this one, Jason? Let me take you to San Francisco here. Are you really going to move off of a player?
Yes.
That's 36-16.
Yes.
Are you John Lynch, you think
yes.
What's the market for Jimmy Garoppolo in your opinion?
Oh, he's going to make $30+ million a year on a new contract. He's got 1 year left on his deal.
You think San Fran gets a first rounder for him?
No, but I think they get a 2 and a 3. They might get a first.
A conditional 1, you mean? Something like that, like the Wentz deal.
Maybe a conditional 1+, or something. I mean, look, there's nothing out there to go get, right? There's, do you want to play? Here's the thing. You should be playing in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes if you really, truly need a quarterback. Like, you should just push in. But that's scary as all get out.
Do you think the Eagles should push all their chips in?
On Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's going to play someday, right? Like, if this was a serious criminal thing, he'd be in jail already, right?
Or suspended too.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not a serious thing. Don't conflate that. What he's done from a civil side is not civil, okay? All right? It's just not. And
but it's so far not criminal.
Right, and he deserves punishment from the league for just sloppy conduct in his life and all those things that we can talk about. But he's going to play football again.
Let me stop you, Jason, and I want to ask you if you think the league would go down this line with the Players Association and Rusty Harden. Don't you think they would do this? Tell you what, any team, because like you said, last year he was active on all 17 games. They paid him. He wasn't suspended. And if this guy was such a maniac criminal, why isn't the district attorney in Houston arrested the guy, charged the guy? There's no one and there's nothing that's against the guy. Why wouldn't his representatives go like this, or even the Texans? Here's why I wonder if it's going to be a lengthy suspension, because I don't think it is. They're going to go like this. Well, he really sat out the entire year. We're going to retro that as a full year suspension.
Well, no, that doesn't work.
Well, why not? Well, then
because
why didn't he play last year?
Because he didn't lose any money, and he was.
Why didn't he play then?
Well, that was the Texans' decision. Okay, they made that decision.
Why?
And look. I'm not going to go through this. Like he has to be punished by the league. What? It's 22 different women come on, man.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Jason. 22
look,
different
wait. All right,
women.
back up for a second.
How are you not in jail then if these cases are true or the league's not suspending?
Well, that doesn't. 22 women doesn't make them sexual assault. 22 women makes it sloppy
and slimy
and slimy and disgusting. And it's like, okay, is it 2 games? Is it 4 games? Is it 6 games? But it's got to be some games. They have to do that.
You think it's 4?
It could be 4. It could be 2. It could be 4. It could be 6. But at the end of the day, he's going to play football again. That's what you know is going to happen. And if you know that someday in the future he is going to play football again, he's the best guy available. I'm not saying he's the best guy. Rodgers the best guy.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have Russell Wilson.
He's
frankly.
the best player.
He's the best player who is available. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's where you push in 3 first-rounders and call it a day. And maybe throw in a little, a 4th thing just to make it, and if you get in a bidding
throw
war,
in Jalen.
Whatever it is, right? Like you just do it. And you don't worry about it. I mean, you're gonna hear it from your fans. Okay, you don't like it,
But Jace, you know why I think Philly can handle it? It's the same organization that took in Vic.
Oh, absolutely. And Vic was a whole lot worse. In the eyes of the public. I'm not saying that, in the eyes of humanity.
Right.
I'm saying in the eyes of the public, killing dogs was a whole lot worse than these.
I'm an animal guy. I hate it.
Well, and as you should. I don't blame anybody for ripping Michael Vick, and I don't think that Michael Vick sits here and I don't think Michael Vick even sits there and argues about it anymore. He goes, I realize it. I get it. This is what I grew up with. I didn't know better, all those other things, and I learned the hard way. Okay. And, he served his time and we all move on. But, you don't let him off the hook for it, for what he did. So, again, Deshaun Watson's going to play football again someday. What is your tolerance for when that day is? If I'm Philadelphia and I'm not a fully finished team yet, I'm not. I don't have good enough receivers yet. I don't have, good enough running game quite yet. I'm not quite there to win a championship. I'm not far off, but I'm not there. If I'm Philly, I just say, let's go. Just give them to me and let's move on. Same thing with Carolina. Build around this guy. He's the guy who can go ahead and get it done for you. That's the guy you want to build around for 10 years. Jimmy Garoppolo, nice player. Good winning percentage, but we've both seen it. Come on. You see the miss.
In a game, he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it to your defense 3 times a game.
Well, not 3 times a game.
You may not catch it, but he's going to give you a shot at getting picks.
Or he's going to, in the 4th quarter, he's going to miss a wide open guy on a 3rd down and 7 or a 3rd down and 8, where it's like, you got to hit that. But he's going to make you competent. And if everything goes perfectly around Jimmy Garoppolo, you got a shot at winning a Super Bowl. And I can live with that.
Absolutely. Last question for you here. Carson Wentz, I want to throw this at you here. This is his numbers a year ago. 35-63, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks, 94 quarterback rating. You think there's a market for him if the Colts do release him?
Yeah. Like
Steelers?
Just look around. No, he's not tough enough to play in Pittsburgh.
No,
don't do that. No.
He's not tough enough to play. If he can't play in Philly, he can't play in Pittsburgh, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Carolina. I mean, look.
How about Denver?
It's okay. Just, I'm not in love with that, but like Carson Wentz, there's a lot there to like, but it's the same kind of thing as Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going to make a throw here or there where you're just going to go like, dude, what are you doing? Like, where'd that come from? Like, why?
Right in 8 minutes where he had the pick 6, the interceptions, the Jags game at the end of the year. We're all going come on, man.
I mean, when the pressure is on, Carson Wentz shrinks. Okay, and that's just the way it is. Now, that doesn't make him a bad player. It doesn't. It just says he's not good enough to handle that. But you know what? There's a lot of people with a lot of crappy quarterbacks out there, and like you got to make it work, and it's going to cost you money. But yeah, you go out and sign him. That's why I say Jimmy Garoppolo is going to make a ton of cash. Yeah. It's not going to be that hard for him to say, yeah, maybe you can push that up to 35 million a year, and everybody's going to go, okay, and you just sit there, and whoever gets him, the fans are going to go, why do we pay so much money? Well, this is what a quarterback costs.
Ryan Tannehill gets $30 million a year also. Whatever you think of him.
And Ryan Tannehill, like, those guys are interchangeable, basically. The sum total of what they are is the same player. It's like I always go, it's a derivation removed from Alex Smith one way or the other. Alex Smith is your prototype sort of league average or slightly above league average quarterback, right? And there are a ton of guys in the league who are either a little bit better, Matt Ryan at his best, a little bit worse, Carson Wentz, but they're all sort of in that range of, okay, you got Alex Smith plus minus, right?
Yeah.
If you get above that, now you're starting to get into the class of the serious guys who make you great year in and year out, like the Russell Wilsons of the league, right? That's a difference.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure you go on Amazon, A Relentless Life. My friend Jason Cole here. Great book, great bedtime stories in here about John Elway. Brother, thank you so much. See you in a couple weeks here. Thank you again for coming aboard.
Anytime, dude. Be good.
Got it. That's my friend Jason Cole. Hit the like button. Keep it right here on the National Football Show.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the memories. Go for the view that goes on forever. Go for the bubbles in your bathtub and in your drink. Go to bed whenever you want. Or don't. Go for him. Go for her. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
You know you like being right. That's why you should enroll in an Independence Blue Cross plan. It's the health plan chosen by more people than any other, with more doctors and hospitals, more benefits that really rock, more of the coverage you want for the right price, including free doctor visits 24/7. It's a choice you can feel good about, because when you're right, you're right. And when you've got Independence Blue Cross, you're right where you need to be. Call 1-844-200-2583 today to get an Independence Blue Cross plan.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Really? What? Okay. Free massages for life? Look, hang on. Welcome back. National Football Show. So I got a proposal here for you. There's a friend of mine, her name is Chandelier. She's just thrown this on the table. Lifetime massages if Deshaun comes to Philly. Should we make that part of the Howie Roseman package? And I say that loosely. On Deshaun Watson, what do you think? Lifetime massages. Okay. Her name is Chandelier. Wonderful girl. Know her a long time. Fabulous person. Okay. Really great personalities, if you know what I mean. Okay. I mean, just tremendous. So what we'll do is we'll add in lifetime massages, 3 1s, and Jalen. How you doing? We're good? Let's do it. Take it. Porn star massages. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Chandelier. Got to get her back on the horn. Hey, Chandelier, it's a go. No, you don't have to bring the pom-poms. They're all good. Thank you. We're good. We're good. She's in. You know, she's one thing that she does have a requirement, though. You know, she usually works in Dallas at the $1 Million Saloon. So I hear, table 7. You know, it's one of the high-quality tables, too. You know, you get a nice steak and lobster. So, okay, are we good? Hey, you're going to have to find a massage parlor for this whole thing to go down because, well, you know what we could do is we could probably bring a table wherever Deshaun needs to like his crib and stuff. So he don't want to get caught doing anything stupid again. We can't have that. Would be funny if your wife was on the phone when you picked it up. You have to understand something, Maniac. My wife doesn't care anymore. She goes like this every time I say something about a good-looking chick. My wife goes like this. So what? What are you going to do with it? You're 100 years old. You're beat up. You're done. I'm not the guy you married? Hell no. You're like that truck in the backyard that has no engine in it. Hey, I'm like the truck right now that Barrett's working on with no fender. My fender's off. My transmission, right here. Here it is. There it is right here. He got done doing the middle yesterday with me. Hey, you know, I don't know if he was really engaged, but I was thinking about that fender a lot and that bumper, getting that baby on, man. I guess it was hailing, bad weather the day before, and he was all ticked off. Yeah. Okay. No, Chris. Chandelier is a company girl. She is a company girl. Chandelier, table 7, $1 Million Saloon. Hell of a person. Okay? Sit down and have a couple drinks with you. So what I hear. It's just what I hear. Hey, she and get this. No. She's a really nice person. She got really strong hands. All right. My draft picks. I think you guys leave a tip. Yeah. Hey, Sydney, here's the tip. Don't smoke in bed. That's Big Sills' tip. You want a tip? You're welcome. Don't smoke in bed. Okay? That's a tip. Thanks, Jason. Just a tip, please. Yeah, don't smoke. Yeah, no, I don't know what that means. What city? Good night. This Trent McDuffie, I'm more sold on. You know why? I know I'm right because you hate him. Xander hates him. I love him. Devin Lloyd and Trayvon Walker. You'll thank me later. Does she look like Joy? I am not answering that. I am not answering that. Joy is my friend. You guys are terrible, but fun. Guys, another spectacular week. Thank you so much for checking us out. in the morning with the middle and then coming back for me. I can't tell you how I appreciate it. Thank you so much. My boy JAKIB will be with me on Monday. We'll kick off the week. Ice Cube came on this past week. We had a lot of fun. Merrill Reese was spectacular, I thought, the other day. Thank you guys so much again. Have yourself a great weekend. Please hit the like button if you missed any of the show. Please like it, share it a little bit later. Till Monday, 4 to 6 Eastern. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on the flip side.